Before we start today's lesson, I need to tell you about two things that will help you master young bird training. First, if you're serious about keeping your birds healthy naturally, check out my other channel, Pigeon Healthy. I share natural herbal treatment methods for canker, respiratory infections, coccidiosis, and parasites. No expensive chemicals, just proven natural protocols. The link is in the description. Go subscribe to Pigeon Healthy. Second, I wrote a complete book about young bird racing strategy called 0 to 500 Kilometers, Complete Young Bird Race Strategy. This book gives you everything in detail: Mayo's training schedules, feeding protocols, health management, race preparation. It's available in English, Turkish, and Polish. The link is in the description. If you want the complete system in one place, get the book. Today I'm going to teach you the complete system for training a young bird from day one all the way to their first race. This is a 90-day program, step by step, week by week, exactly what to do, when to do it, and why. This is not theory. This is the actual system I use in my loft. The same system that produces consistent winners. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete roadmap. You'll know exactly how to develop a young bird into a competitive racer. Let's start at the beginning. Day 1 to day 28, nest. Nest phase. Your young bird training actually starts before the bird even leaves the nest. The first 4 weeks of life are critical for development. During this phase, the parents are feeding the baby. You're not directly training yet, but you are setting up conditions for future success. Here's what you need to do during the nest phase. First, provide optimal nutrition to the parents. The parents need high-protein feed during this time because they're producing crop milk and feeding babies. Feed the breeding pair 18 to 20% protein mix. This ensures the babies get maximum nutrition for growth. Poor nutrition during the nest phase creates weak birds that never reach their potential. You can't fix early malnutrition later, so feed the parents well. Second, keep the nest area clean. Change nesting material if it gets dirty. Baby birds sitting in dirty nests develop health problems. Respiratory issues from ammonia. Bacterial infections from contaminated environment. Keep nests clean, check them daily. Replace soiled material immediately. Third, monitor baby growth. Healthy babies grow fast. They should double their weight in the first week. By 2 weeks old, they should be well feathered. By 3 weeks, they should be nearly full size. If a baby is growing slowly or looks weak, investigate. Is it getting fed enough? Are the parents healthy? Is there disease? Slow growth indicates problems that need attention. Fourth, start gentle handling at 2 weeks old. Pick up the baby once per day. Hold it gently for 30 seconds. Put it back. This early handling socializes the bird to human contact. Some birds handled as babies are calmer and easier to manage later. They don't panic when caught. They trust humans. This makes all future training easier. Fifth, band the babies at 7 to 10 days old. The leg band identifies the bird and proves its age for racing. If you miss this window, the leg grows too large and you can't band them. Band on time. Record the band number and the bird's parents in your records. This tracking is essential for breeding decisions later. Some day 2 day 35. Letting week around day 28. The baby bird leaves the nest. This is called weaning. The baby starts eating seeds independently, instead of being fed by parents. This is a critical transition week. Many problems happen during weaning, if not managed properly. Here's how to do it right. Provide easy access to feed and water. Young birds just learning to eat need help. Put feed in shallow trays on the floor. They don't understand elevated feeders yet. Make it obvious and easy. Fill the trays multiple times per day. Let them see feed constantly available. Water should also be in shallow pans at floor level. Young birds don't instinctively know how to drink. They learn by watching older birds. Provides if keep some experienced adults in the same area to demonstrate eating and drinking. Second, watch each young bird to confirm their eating. Some young birds wean easily. Others struggle. Check each bird's crop in the evening. The crop should feel full of feed. Provides if bird's crop is empty. Bird isn't eating. Bird is hand feed it for a few days until it learns. Use a small syringe or spoon to put soaked seeds directly into the crop. Do this 2 or 3 times per day until the bird starts eating on its own. Set bird donatuli weaning. Set bird is separate young birds from parents. After weaning, set bird is eating independently. Remove it from the breeding area. Put it with other young birds in a separate section. Set bird. This prevents the parents from driving it away aggressively as they prepare for the next breeding cycle. Young birds do better in groups with other young birds. They're calmer and learn from each other. Fourth, monitor weight daily during weaning week. Weigh each young bird every morning. Set bird every gain should continue. Set bird loses weight during weaning. It's not eating enough. Set bird immediately. Set bird the weaning period is high stress. Set birds that don't adapt quickly can die. Set bird the weaning period is 5 to day 49. Loft adaptation after weaning. Set bird the weaning period is can bolt these. Set bird in these 2 weeks you're teaching birds to recognize their home. Set bird the weaning period is bolt these. Set bird the weaning period is bolt these. Set bird the weaning period. First, keep young birds confined to the loft. Don't let them outside yet. Set bird the weaning period the sights, sounds, and smells of their loft. Keep them inside for the full 2 weeks. Set bird bury them inside for the full 2 weeks. Feed them inside. Water inside. Set bird the weaning period them inside. Set bird the weaning period this side. Water routine feed. Set bird the weaning period the same times every day. Set bird the weaning period this side. Water. Set bird the weaning period this side. Water itself. Set bird the weaning period this side. Water each side. Water each side. Set bird the weaning period this side. Water each side. Routine creates security. Set bird the waning period this side. Water each side. Set bird the waning period this side. Water each side. Set bird the waning. Set bird the waning period this side. Water each side. Set bird. Continued handling maintains the socialization started in the nest. Birds stay calm with human contact. They don't panic when caught. This is essential for future management. Set bird lauder each side. Set bird lauder each side. Is teeth weeks old. Set bird lauder each side. Encourage it. Clap your hands gently to get them flying. They'll fly from perch to perch. Set bird the wing. This builds initial muscle and coordination. Don't force it. Just encourage natural activity. Set bird the waning perch to perch it. Set bird the waning perch it. Is teeth weakened s. Set bird the won't choose dominant and who's subordinate. Set bird the won't. Make sure all birds have access to feed and water. Sometimes dominant birds bully subordinates away from resources. Add multiple feeding and water stations if needed. Set bird the will must eat and drink adequately. Set bird bertining person. Set bird the won't shed exposure at 7 weeks old. Day 49. Set bird the won't choose a way to des. Lauder each side. This is exciting and critical. Set bird the won't choose away from resources. Set bird the won't choose a warm weather day. No strong winds. No rain. No storms. Sure by mid-morning is best. Not too early, not too late. Sure want comfortable conditions for first flight. Set bird weather forecast. Set bird the won't choose a poor way today. Don't rush this. Second, open the loft entrance around 9 or 10 in the morning. Set bird the won't chew late flood in. Young birds will be curious. They'll approach the entrance. They'll look outside. Set bird the won't choose are panicking. Some birds will exit quickly. Others will hesitate. That's normal. Set bird the won't choose are panicking. Set bird. The first birds that exit will land on the roof or landing board. They won't fly far. Set bird the won't choose are panicking. Set bird the won't choose are panicking. Set bird the won't choose are panicking. Will follow birds will see the first ones are safe and will follow. Set bird the won't choose are panicking. Set bird the won't choose are panicking. Set bird the won't choose are panicking. Sure by panda vision des. Gnome choose are panicking. Set bird the won't 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 choose are panicking. Gnome choose are panicking. Fourth, Let them sit outside for 1 to 2 hours. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. Well, learning what outside feels like compared to inside. After 1 to 2 hours, use your feeding call. Whistle or call that you established during loft adaptation. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. 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 Just happens sometimes. After will labor at panicking. Well, don't chase it. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. The forced entry creates fear. Voluntary entry creates confidence. 6. Repeat this process daily for 1 week. Every day, let birds out in the morning. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. This routine teaches them that outside is safe, and they can always return home. By end of the week, most birds will be exiting and entering confidently. Day 56 to day 63. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. This routine teaches that 6 young birds should start flying around the loft. Not far, just circling above the loft building. Here's how to encourage this. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. This routine teaches this: first, let birds out in the morning, as usual. Once most are on the roof, create gentle motivation to fly. Clap your hands, wave a flag. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. And land back on the roof. This is perfect. First flights should be short. Second, gradually some birds will fly longer. They might circle for 2 or 3 minutes before landing. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. Meters radius. This is natural progression. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. They're building confidence and muscle. They'll return. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. In muscle to fly. Intermittently. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. Liswert abilla busy. Shepherd the longshooter at. Birds fly when they have energy. Rest when tired. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. In muscle to fly. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. The longshooter at. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. They'll fly eventually. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. The longshooter at. They'll learn by watching others. Forcing scared birds to fly creates problems. 5th, track which birds are flying strongly and which are weak flyers. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. They're probably your future racers. Weak flyers might be sick, poorly developed, or genetically inferior. Monitor them. If a bird never flies strongly, by 9 weeks old, consider culling it from your race team. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. The longshooter at panicking. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. The longshooter at. Now you start increasing duration. Here's the program. First, encourage 2 loft flying sessions per day. Morning and late afternoon. Each session 30 to 60 minutes. This doubles their daily flight time. More flying builds more muscle and endurance. Second, birds should now be flying for longer periods. Instead of 2 to 3 minutes, they should fly 5 to 10 minutes before landing. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. To sustained aerobic exercise. Third, increase the stimulation to keep birds flying. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. The longshooter at. Clap. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. The longshooter at panicking. To light. Wave flag. Some fanciers use a long pole with cloth attached. Wave it gently to motivate flight. You want active flying sessions, not passive sitting. Fourth, start noting flight times. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. To long birds meets rest. Shepherd the longshooter at panicking. To longshooter at panicking. To longshooter at. Weaker birds might only manage 15 to 20 minutes. This data helps you identify your best athletes. Fifth, continue calling birds back inside after sessions with your feeding call. Always end flying sessions with food reward. This reinforces that home equals food. Birds should be eager to enter when called. If birds ignore your call, it means they're not hungry enough or don't associate the call with food. When you call them may, start teaching birds to use the trap. The trap is the entrance system that allows birds to enter, but not exit. Trap training is essential. Here's how to do it. First, show birds the trap during a loft flying session. After birds have been flying and are tired, close all other entrances. The only way inside is through the trap. Most birds will figure it out. So they're hungry and want inside for food. Set the shoes or at trap wires and discover they can enter. Set the shoes or at they'll stand on the landing board, looking at it but not entering. Be patient. Don't grab them and push them through. Let them figure it out. Hunger is strong motivation. After 10 or 15 minutes of hesitation, most birds will try the trap and succeed. Third, once a bird uses the trap successfully, once it knows how forever. Make sure every bird in your team successfully traps at least once this week. Watch each bird. Confirm they know how to use it. Any bird that refuses to trap after 30 minutes might need help. You can gently guide it through manually, but try to let them learn independently. Fourth, after all birds know how to trap, continue practicing daily. Every loft flying session should end with trapping. Birds fly, you call them. They trap inside. They get fed. This routine becomes automatic. Hesitation at the trap is eliminated. Fifth, time your bird's trap speed. How long from landing on the board to entering the trap? Fast trappers enter within 5 to 10 seconds. Slow trappers might take 30 to 60 seconds. Fast trapping wins close races. If you have consistently slow trappers, investigate why. Is the trap scary? Too dark? Review the trap box optimization discussed in previous videos. Bird 0 with testis, die 70. Set. Flying at 11 weeks old. Day 77. Birds should be flying well around the loft. Now you start teaching distance discipline. This means birds fly progressively farther from the loft before returning. Here's the method. First, continue normal loft flying, but now start walking away from the loft during sessions. When birds land on the roof, walk 50 meters away from the loft. Stand there. After birds rest a few minutes, clap to encourage flight. Birds will take off. Some will fly toward you. They're curious. After circling, they'll return to the loft. This teaches them they can fly farther, but home is still there. Second, gradually increase the distance you walk. Next session, walk 100 meters away, then 200 meters. Birds will fly larger circles around the loft. They're building confidence that they can range farther and still find home. You're not releasing them away from the loft yet. They're flying from the loft on their own and coming back. This is key difference from basket training, which comes later. Third, birds should now be flying for 45 to 60 minutes total per session. They're covering more distance as they range farther. This is building endurance. Cardiovascular system is strengthening. Flight muscles are developing. This is the base fitness that makes basket training possible later. Fourth, watch for birds that don't return to the loft after flying farther. Sometimes, a young bird flies too far and gets confused. It might land somewhere else and not know how to get back. If you notice a bird missing at the end of a session, don't panic. Usually the bird will return by evening or next morning. If a bird is lost for more than 24 hours, it might not have adequate homing ability. Consider culling it from your race team. Fifth, around this time, bird's flight style becomes apparent. Some birds are powerful flyers, strong wing beats, fast speed, direct flight patterns. These are your athletes. Other birds are weak flyers, slow wing beats, meandering flight, sitting more than flying. These are not race quality. Start identifying which birds show racing potential and which don't. You'll make final culling decisions before first race. Day 84 to day 91. First basket training tasks at 12 weeks old. Day 84, birds are ready for basket training. This is when you take birds away from the loft in a basket and release them. They must navigate home. This is the foundation of racing. Here's the detailed protocol for first tossies. First, start very close, 1 to 2 kilometers maximum. Drive or walk the birds to a release point where they can still see their loft. The point should be in a direction you'll use for racing later. If races are north of your loft, train north. If races are south, train south. Establish direction from the beginning. Second, transport birds in a proper training basket. Basket should be ventilated, secure, not overcrowded. 10 to 15 birds maximum per basket. Don't overfill.
Birds need space to sit comfortably. Transport should be smooth. No rough roads that jostle birds excessively. Drive calm and steady. Third, at the release point, take birds out of the basket calmly. Don't rush. Let them look around for 30 seconds to 1 minute while you hold them. They're orienting to their surroundings. Then release them together. Open your hands and let them take flight. Don't throw them, just release. Fourth, birds will circle at the release point for 1 to 3 minutes. This circling is orientation. They're assessing direction to home. Some birds orient quickly. Others take longer. After circling, most birds will head toward home. From 1 to 2 kilometers distance, birds should be home in 2 to 5 minutes. Fifth, be at the loft when birds arrive. Open the trap. Call them if needed. As they arrive, they should trap immediately because they're trained on the trap. Clock their arrival times mentally or write them down. This data shows you which birds are faster navigators from day one. Sixth, after first successful toss, rest birds the next day. No training. Let them recover. Day after rest, do second toss from the same location. Birds should return faster, this time because they've done it before. If birds return slower or hesitate, something is wrong. Investigate health or weather conditions. Day 91 to day 98. Progressive distance increase. After successful tosses from 2 kilometers, you start increasing distance progressively. This builds navigation skills and endurance simultaneously. Here's the progression. First, increase distance by 30 to 50% per toss. After 2 kilometers, go to 3 kilometers. After 3, go to 5. After 5, go to 7. This gradual increase allows birds to adapt. Going too fast risks losing birds or overwhelming their navigation abilities. Second, toss every second or third day, not daily. Birds need recovery time between tosses. A typical schedule would be toss Monday, rest Tuesday, toss Wednesday.
Rest Thursday and Friday, toss Saturday, rest Sunday, 3 to 4 tosses per week, maximum at this stage. Third, continue training in the same direction. If you started north, keep training north. Changing directions at this early stage confuses birds. They're building a mental map of the route home from the north. Let that map solidify before introducing new directions. Fourth, from 5 to 10 kilometers, return times should be 15 to 30 minutes, depending on bird speed and weather. Track these times, compare between birds. The fastest birds home are showing natural racing ability. Slow birds might improve or might be genetically limited. Continue monitoring. Fifth, by day 98, end of week 14, birds should have completed tosses up to 10 kilometers successfully. 10 kilometers is a good foundation distance. Birds that navigate 10 kilometers reliably can progress to longer distances. Birds that struggle with 10 kilometers are not ready for racing. Give them more time or cull them from the team. Day 98 to day 112 miners wielding to 25 kilometers. Weeks 15 and 16 focus on building from 10 kilometers to 25 kilometers. This is a significant jump in difficulty. Navigation is harder. Flight time is longer. Here's how to manage this phase. First, progression might be 10, 12, 15, 18, 22, 25 kilometers. Each toss is a manageable increase from the previous. Don't jump from 10 directly to 25. That's too much. Incremental steps ensure success and build confidence. Second, weather becomes more important at these distances. Always check weather before tossing. Light winds are okay. Strong winds or storms are not. Birds flying longer distances face more weather exposure. Bad weather can cause losses. Only toss in decent conditions. Third, from 25 kilometers. Return time should be 30 to 50 minutes depending on bird speed. This is real flying now, not just a quick hop home. Birds are working hard. Make sure they get adequate feed and rest between tosses. Feed higher energy rations during this training phase.
18% protein, high carbs.
Fourth, some birds will start showing clear performance differences. Top performers might return from 25 kilometers in 35 minutes. Average birds in 45 minutes. Slow birds in 60+ minutes. The fast birds are your future race team. The slow birds might be culled or kept as breeders if they have good genetics. Fifth, by end of week 16, birds should have successfully completed multiple tosses at 20 to 25 kilometers. This distance proves they can navigate reliably and fly for sustained periods.
You're ready to move toward race distance training. Day 112 to day 126, final race preparation. 17 and 18 are final preparation before the first race. You're training at race distances and simulating race conditions. Here's the program. First, continue increasing distance. After 25 kilometers, go to 30, 40, 50 kilometers. Some young bird first races are 50 to 80 kilometers. Your training should match or exceed the first race distance. If first race is 60 kilometers, train to 70. Always train slightly beyond what birds will face in actual races. Second, introduce longer travel times. Real races involve birds sitting in a basket for hours before liberation. Start keeping birds in the basket longer before release. Drive them around for an hour before releasing. This simulates race conditions. Birds need to perform after sitting confined, not just after comfortable short trip. Third, practice race day routine. Basket birds the evening before a training toss. Keep them in the basket overnight. Release next morning. This mirrors actual race procedure. Birds sit basket evening and overnight. Liberated morning. They need to perform well under these exact conditions.
Fourth, monitor bird weight closely. Racing weight is critical. Birds should be lean but not thin. You should feel firm muscle on the keel with minimal fat. If birds are heavy, reduce feed portions. If too thin, increase portions. Each bird should be at optimal weight for its frame size before first race. Fifth, watch for any signs of health problems. Respiratory issues, digestive problems, injuries. Any bird showing health issues gets scratched from the first race. Only completely healthy birds should race. Training stress combined with race stress can kill a bird that's already compromised. The week before first race, the final week before first race is about rest and readiness. Here's what to do. Monday, light training toss from 20 kilometers. Easy distance, just keeping birds sharp. Tuesday, rest day, no training. Wednesday, light loft flying only, no basket toss. Thursday, rest day. Friday, final checks. Weigh each bird, check droppings. Check overall condition. Decide final race team. Saturday evening, basket birds for Sunday's race. Sunday, race day.
During this week, reduce training stress. You're not building fitness now. That's done. You're preserving the fitness built over previous weeks. Fresh rested birds race best. Tired overtrained birds race poorly. Feed quality ration but don't overfeed. You want birds eager and hungry for the race, not full and lazy. Hungrier birds race faster because they're motivated to get home to food. Make sure trap is working perfectly. Last thing you need is trap problems on race day after 3 months of training. Test it. Oil any moving parts. Ensure it operates smoothly. Race day procedures. Race day finally arrives. You've spent 90 days preparing. Here's how to handle race day itself. First, when you basket birds Saturday evening, check each bird one final time. Weight should be optimal. Trappings should be perfect. Birds should be alert and healthy. Any bird that seems off gets pulled even at this late stage.
It's better to skip one race than kill a bird by racing it sick. Second, birds sit in the race basket overnight. They're transported to the liberation site Sunday morning by the race organizers. You don't control this part, you just trust the process. Third, birds are liberated Sunday morning. From that moment they're on their own. They must navigate back to your loft. This is what all the training prepared them for. Fourth, be at your loft ready when birds should arrive. Open the trap, have the clock ready. Wait. The anticipation is intense. You'll see birds approaching. They'll trap. You'll clock them. That moment when your bird traps is what all 90 days of work was building toward. Fifth, after the race, care for returned birds. Provide water immediately. Easy to digest feed. Let them rest. Check each bird for injuries or excessive fatigue. Most birds should handle a first race well if you train them properly. Birds that struggle badly in their first race might not be cut out for racing. After the first race and ongoing development. The first race is a milestone, but not the end. It's the beginning of the bird's racing career. After the first race, you continue training between races. Each race teaches the bird more about navigation and racing. Experience accumulates. Birds improve throughout the season. Keep training birds to slightly longer distances than they're racing. If next race is 100 kilometers, train to 120. Stay ahead of race requirements. Continue monitoring weight, health, and performance. Cull birds that consistently underperform. Keep birds that show promise. By end of first racing season, you'll know which birds are real racers and which aren't. The best birds get kept for next season and breeding. Mediocre birds get culled. This selection process builds your team quality over time. That's the complete 90-day system. Day 1 to first race. Every phase has purpose. Every week builds on the previous. If you follow this system, your young birds will arrive at their first race, properly trained, adequately fit, and ready to compete. This system produces consistent results because it's based on bird development physiology, not random tradition. Train smart, train systematically, get results.